It's preparing the live stream for YouTube. Setting up the meeting on YouTube. Uh-oh, it's done redirecting. It's preparing the live stream for YouTube. All right, let me hit mute on that side so we can't hear it. I'm seeing the folk. Here's the link here. So the quickest way to send it is gonna be come back up here, join this one, voice. Oh yeah. New message. Send it back to my work phone, and then put it in, send it to y'all. Boom, it's sent. All right, I'm about to send the link to y'all now. YouTube, more. All right, Mr. Morris has. Oh, I could have just did this way. Hold on, y'all. My bad. I'm thinking.
So my goal is to try to weave in this voting conversation with the other decisions that our students have to make on a daily basis.
Got you.
Academic.
That's the link, y'all. I just put it in the I just put it in the chat.
Okay. In a chat, or you emailed it, you text messaged it?
No, I had text you at first, and then as soon as I texted, I thought about it. I could just put it in the chat, and that might be easier for y'all. Y'all need me to want me to text it instead?
Our students have to take on a daily basis.
All right, got you. 1 second.
Okay, so now I just need to take this and put it in my on my YouTube Facebook page.
Yep.
Or
Facebook and or Instagram. And I just texted to you, sent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now, oh, timing is perfect. Timing is perfect. I can put this one on my Facebook and tell the folk we live at 5. It's gonna be my comment. We live. Let me change this one here.
No, you send it to me.
All in.
No.
We're gonna make that one. Repost that one. Can't open this link. Why can't you?
Check. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you.
Nice.
And now go over to Facebook and make a post live at paste. Uh-oh. Ooh. Got us live on my side. Let me tag some people. Uh-oh, I'm excited, y'all. I get excited, y'all. Share to your story. Share to a page of story.
Talk of the Hill.
Uh-oh, you better warn me if that's how we about to start this off. OMG. Share to a group, send a message, no options. All right, I got it live on my side. Oh, I think because recording paused. Oh, that's tight. Stop recording. Let's see, what is it doing on actual YouTube? Oh, it's not paused. It's all good. We ain't said nothing. Hit that like button. Mm-hmm. All right. Uh-oh, cut my camera back on, my light back on. Cause Cent got the good light. You know, she got her makeup light and stuff right now. It's all good. Let me get my lighting a little bit better than put that there. Let's see if this will work right here. All right. Let me sip of my water. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready today. We got 1 minute for showtime. We ain't here for a long time, but we here for the right time. I'ma unpause it. Resume recording in just a minute.
Cent, are you wearing your FAMU versus everybody?
No, because I thought I was gonna mess up. I just took it off. I had it on all day, but I thought I was gonna
No, you're fine.
mess
You're
up.
fine. You're fine.
So I put on black.
Yeah. Oh, yours is orange. What color is yours? White, orange?
Yeah,
I don't have one. The green screen? Oh, the jacket.
The jacket. Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there it is. Let me see. Stop recording. Let me make sure I hit the record button. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Recording paused. So I'm gonna hit resume recording. It says that we recording. It says, when I look at the clock, y'all already know what time it is. The clock has hit. It say that we are live at 5. Man, this is not just a regular live at 5. This is the Monday before the day that is going to change the world. Like, the world will be changed. After this time tomorrow, it's going to be a different type of world. In this time, in 48 hours, woo, we know what we want to be. We know what we're hoping to get to. But you know what? Before we even get all deep and do all that other stuff, y'all already know what y'all came here for. For those that showed up on time, we want to welcome y'all to Hill Chat Live at 5, an interactive podcast like no other. So I'm going to shut up for a little while before we do all of our introductions, because listen, DJ Zo Crazy hit a song that if I jump up out of this chair, y'all already know what time it is. So I'm going to turn it over to...
You like that? You like that? My president is black, my Maybach too. And I'll be goddamn if my diamonds ain't blue. My money's dark green and my Porsche's light gray. I'm headed for DC. Anybody feel me? My president is black, my Maybach too. My president is black. President is black, my Maybach too. And I'll be goddamn if my diamonds ain't blue. My money's dark green and my Porsche's light gray. I'm headed for DC. Anybody feel me?
DJ Zo Crazy.
My Maybach too. And I'll be goddamn if my diamonds ain't blue. My money's dark green and my Porsche's light gray. I'm headed for DC. Anybody feel me?
Today was a good day. Hope I had me a great night. I don't know.
I got like 5 minutes today. 5 minutes to have a good time. 5 minutes. It's Monday, baby. You know what tomorrow is. Act like you know, baby. Act like you know. It's the election pregame. Welcome to Hill Chat Live at 5.
We need a miracle, and I say a miracle cause it's hysterical. By my nephews and nieces, I will email Jesus, tell them forward to Moses, and CCI Mr. Soul Survivor, just that make me a convict. I'll be all you can be, now don't that sound like some dumb shit. I got dog for crude oil, that's black as my it's really a death storm, that's working my
I got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. cost you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate. Then off your pet. This that puts against the bed. This that I got.
Southside let it bang, outside let it rain. Rain down on the pain, rain down on the slain. Rain down for my mom, rain down on the bomb. Shower us with your love, wash us in the blood. Drop this for the thugs, know I grew up in the mud. The time is not enough, wash us in the blood. Is there anybody here? Is there anybody here that can sing no matter how much you play a hate? It was the blood that, it was the blood that, it was the blood that cleansed me. It was the shout down on us, wash us in the blood, wash us in the blood. Whole life being thugs, no choice selling drugs. Southside what it does, rain down on us. Genocide what it does, slavery what it does. Rain down on us, whole life selling drugs. Wash us in the blood, wash us in your blood, wash us in the blood, wash us in the blood, wash us in the blood. Holy Spirit come down, Holy Spirit come down, Holy Spirit help now, Holy Spirit help now, Holy Spirit come down, Holy Spirit come down, Holy Spirit help now, Holy Spirit help now.
No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And you like that? And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air.
Hey, we made it. We made it. Hey, damn, we made it. We made it. Hey, we made it. Hey, we made it. Hey, we made it.
Yeah. I live the life I deserve. Bless. Vacate, I feel better at work. I mean whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For my nigga who gon' go to hell and back for me, I'ma give him heaven on earth for a hell of a check, yeah, whichever come first. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me, these are all my confessions. Man, this wasn't luck, it was destined. I done lost homies who been with me since Ed and Eddie, who flip like confetti. And then when you back, they back to call you dog. That shit can get petty, don't get no dap to me. Funny thing about talking about
I hope you warmed up. I hope you warmed up.
We're
gonna have a good hour. Real good hour. My time is coming to an end. But of course you're gonna hear some more of me. It's that election pregame Hill Chat live at 5. I'm gonna turn it over to our host each and every Monday, 5 o'clock. You know where to find us. Let's have a good one.
So crazy, did it again, y'all. That's how you kick off on Monday. We live at 5. Make certain y'all tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Hill Chat live at 5, an interactive Zoom workshop is here. But you know what? For the day, what we said we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this is the official live at 5 Hill Chat podcast. So if y'all on Facebook, make certain if you're on my page, All In 24/7, we got the live YouTube link going right now. Click the link, you can join in. Sint got it going on her page. Mr. Moise got it going on his page, y'all. We about to turn up. And one of the things that DJ Zo Crazy in that last track, he said blessings on blessings, but he talked about lessons on lessons on lessons. And y'all, listen, Mr. Moise has been cooking up, y'all. The way he about to bring voting in 2020 and 2024 all together and leaders watching support. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be it's gonna be live. So I hope y'all are ready. But I already know who I am. I'm your boy, Mr. G, going by also Mr. All In for the world that want to know you trying to get right in the fitness world. I got you. You trying to get your mind right? We got you. You already know that Sint is gonna be in the chat message. So you don't worry about taking notes as much. If you miss something, I can guarantee you, Miss Sint in her note taking when she hears stuff, It's gonna be all throughout the chat box. You need some new you need some fresh ideas to drop on your Instagram and make some stuff. Listen, check the chat box. Miss Cent is gonna have you. And y'all already know who the show is, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Moist, CEO of the W Initiative. Needs no introduction, y'all. He done sent me some videos. I didn't cheat this week. I have not looked at the videos, but I got a discussion. But without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Cent real quick so she can go over the ground rules just to make certain everybody know what's going on today. And then after that, y'all gonna hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Moist. And y'all know I'm just here for controversy and to get you thinking. Without further ado, Miss Cent, what you got for us?
All right, guys. So some rules is that this event will be recorded. We want to make sure that if you're not speaking and someone else is speaking, that everybody else stays on mute. We don't want any profanity. We want to stay respectful and stay friendly, be supportive, and because this is an encouraging event. And lastly, just have a good time and get what you can from this event.
Yeah, appreciate you, Miss Cent. And I don't think DJ So Crazy needed an introduction. Y'all saw it on his ones and twos. He is the man. He is Mr. 90.5. That's where y'all can catch him at. But Mr. Moist, what it do, my brother?
What's up? Great scholars, great leaders. What is up? Man, So Crazy went crazy on this one. I am so hyped. That one song hit it up for me. We made it. We made it. Think about it. We just talked about it. Tomorrow at this time, possibly, we may know who the next president of the United States is, right? We may know who our next president is going to be, who's our leader going to be. But regardless of that, even before we get to that piece, we got to make a decision, right? We have to decide, what is it going to be? And it's funny how in life we have to make these decisions, right? But a lot of people fail to make the decision. Something as simple as what you're gonna wear today. I don't know. You take your girl out to eat. You ask her, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know. We have to make these decisions every day, and it's hard. But some of these hard decisions we have to make. We have to decide what our future is gonna be. And that's what's happening right now. Not just in terms of who the president is going to be, but what is our future going to be moving forward beyond 2020, 2024. What is that going to be? I had a conversation with a student earlier this week who said, well, Mr. Moist, I don't know if I want to vote, right? I don't think it's going to affect me like that. I said, listen, the vote that you make today is going to affect you long after you've made your vote. So I have a quick question for you. I know we kind of talked about it earlier. Who voted already? All right. Boom. Mr. G, tell them how you voted.
Y'all already know I'm an early voter. I don't do people. So I'm a good early voter. I went to the highest of 7 hills at FAMU. We did an event. I know we're going to show that a little bit later on, but I went and voted early. I came up to FAMU and I actually wanted to vote the first day, and something happened. Then I wanted to vote the second day, something happened. And then I went to go vote on the first Monday. Then I went to go vote day 3, and I realized I didn't do my homework.
Yeah.
So besides Biden, I don't know nothing that's going to be on that, so I can't walk in blind. So I actually did my research. I had a student. He's the president of the Dream Defenders here on Tallahassee, and the campus Dream Defenders. They have a PDF download, and it talks about who they suggest to vote for, the amendments, and what they really mean. So I was able to review that information the day before I went and voted, and I turned it into an exercise. So those that follow me, they know that I went on a bike ride, and during my bike ride, I locked my bike up, hopped off. Literally, I stood in line maybe for 3 minutes. It took me 7 minutes to vote because I actually read everything. But from getting off my bike to actually voting and getting back to the bike took less than 10 minutes, 15 at the absolute most. And that's because I run my mouth.
Yeah, listen, if you do your homework, it will be so much easier walking in, but people don't want to do their homework. They don't want to make that decision. They decide to do the wrong thing or the opposite thing or the easier thing. But in this case, we got to make some real decisions. Cynthia, how did you vote?
I voted early as well in person at FAMU. And I agree with Mr. G. Like when I was thinking about going to vote, I'm like, oh gosh, I have to go vote. Like thinking it's gonna take me like a long time, but it's really quick. Like you just gotta make sure that you know what you're doing, that you go in and you make your vote. It's not time consuming at all.
There it is. Last one. Zo Crazy, how did you vote this year?
Yes, I voted by mail. I voted as a resident of Georgia.
Hey.
My Georgia election experience is a little bit different because Florida is known to be a swing state, whereas Georgia hasn't had a Democratic presidential win since the 90s, I believe, or like late 80s. But it's very, very, very intense in Georgia right now. So I voted ever since I submitted for my absentee ballot ever since September, and my vote was accepted within like the second week of October. So I try to do it as early as possible because voting is a very, very important thing in Georgia right now.
Yes. Well, not even just Georgia. Voting is a very important thing across the United States right now. We are literally at war. And you say, well, Mr. Morris, we're not doing now. We are at war. And my acronym for war is working against regret. One more time. Working against regret. We are at war. And if we don't make the decisions today, we will regret it tomorrow. So that was my conversation. The student was like, Mr. Moyes, well, you know, if I vote, you know, it's not going to make a difference today. I'm not going to see the change. I said, well, you may not, but you will see it at some point in the future. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but that change is going to come. And you hope that it comes to benefit you and not to suppress you. And, you know, it's those decisions that hurt us over and over again. And you know what? I want to stop right here because I want us to watch this video. Mr. G, I want you to go ahead and drop it because the knowledge that's coming out of this video is straight up crazy. So I want you to watch it. We're going to talk about it and we're going to get busy as we always do. So go ahead, drop that video.
All right, let me see what we got here. If y'all know I moved stuff onto my second screen and I'm doing motivational, it's called decisions, right?
Decisions, that's what we are today. We have to make these decisions. Small or large, they all make a difference.
Let's see, which screen can y'all see right now?
The big screen, the decision, yeah, you got it.
Okay, want to make certain. Let me make sure you can tell me if you hear the video, the sound.
I think that decision making is
I got it.
Part of the issue of assertiveness. So we think about assertiveness.
I just lost the sound.
Decisions.
Where will you be in your business and your life in 36 months? Not because you hope, because you decide.
Pause it right there for a second. I know you felt that right there.
I almost started the whole video.
Oh, you felt that. Listen, people are hoping, and we gotta live by hope, right? My man Obama, the audacity of hope. We gotta live by hope, but we can't just live by hope. We gotta make it. It is. We gotta say no. I'm gonna decide that this is what it's gonna be. And yeah, we're talking about voting, but we're also talking about grades. We're also talking about business. We're also talking about our personal life, our professional life. Regardless of who the president will become, we have to decide what our future is going to be. And it can't be on anybody's hands. Does that make sense?
It does.
So it's our decision. And I know you felt that, Mr. G. If you want to get it from there, you can. If you want to bring it back, because that was
already. No, I got the brick. Listen, y'all. Decisions on decisions. Y'all sit back. Y'all get ready. I'm about to hit that play button again because it told y'all we slapping y'all. This is my first time too. Like, y'all ready for another one? Let's hit play.
Is a part of the issue of assertiveness. So we think about assertiveness and how assertiveness you can be with other people, but you have to be assertive with yourself and make personal decisions.
Where will you be in your business and your life in 36 months? Not because you hope, because you decide. Everyone in this room knows how to create. You're not a manager of your life, you're a creator of your life, or you wouldn't be in this room. How do you create your life? You get hungry for something, don't you? Who has done something in your life that once seemed difficult or impossible, and now it's part of your life? How did you do it? You created it 3 ways. Number 1, you decided there's something you wanted so bad that you unleashed all your desire. You became obsessed with it. If there's something you once envisioned and now it's real, it's because you didn't just envision it, you brought so much emotion to it that now it's in your life. It was once a dream, it was once a goal, and now it's in your life. May have seemed impossible at one time. So how did you do it? You started with a concrete vision of what you wanted, and you focused on it continuously, didn't you? Wherever focus goes, energy flows. You envisioned something, you got clear about it, and then you started thinking about all the reasons why you wanted it. You got excited about it. So this is what's next for me now. Decision making is the power. Now, there's 3 decisions you're making every moment of your life and of your business. But the first decision you're making every moment of your life that affects your life and business is, what are you going to focus on? Because whatever you focus on, you're going to feel. Some people focus on what they can't control every day. Can you predict, if you're focusing every day on what you can't control, how you're going to feel about your life or your business? You're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be frustrated.
When you have a desire to do something, the first thing you ought to recognize is most of the desires come from our animalistic traits. So the first thing you should do is think as to why you should not do it.
I want this. You may have dreamed about it, thought about it, talked about it. But when you focus on something continuously, something magical happens. You get insights, don't you? You overhear a conversation and you hear something you wouldn't have heard if you didn't have that outcome or goal that you wanted so badly. Decision making is the force that shapes destiny, personal, corporate, business destiny.
Our decisions are good or bad, determined by how we made them, not what the consequences were.
How many of you can think of decisions that you made years ago, 1 or 2 decisions, 5, 10, 15 years ago? That decision, you may not have realized it at the time, but that decision was one of the most important decisions of your life. You've made a different decision there, you've gone a different direction, your life would be completely different today. Some people make a decision and then they focus on the decision about how it didn't work out versus what they learned. Most people don't have the guts to make the tough decisions because they want to make the right decision, so they make no decision. And that's a decision.
Listen, on the neck, that last quote, most people don't want to make the tough decisions. So they don't make anything, they don't make a decision, which isn't a decision in itself. We have people today who are deciding not to vote. And they thinking that, it's not gonna hurt me. But yeah, not voting is going to affect you. So you might as well decide who you're gonna be, what you're gonna be, who you're gonna stand for, and what you're gonna stand for. I like what you said, Mr. G. I had to go and do my homework, right? Because every decision that you make on that ballot is going to affect you. I decided to come to the highest of 7 hills to get my degree, and that decision has served me well. We all have to make these decisions. Sint, what you got from it, Sint? I see you. I see you.
It was really deep. Like, you could have taken things he was saying in a lot of different ways. Like, watching the video, I got on my phone and I made a alarm for 8 o'clock that says make a decision. So it's gonna come every day, because I will wake up at 8 o'clock and not get out of bed until 12. And I will sit there and think, like, get out the bed. Like, you're wasting time. Like, there's so many things you could have done in 4 hours.
Correct.
So I have these little reminders. So I have a reminder at 8 o'clock for every day that says make a decision, which means get up. And, decide what you're going to do today. Because what I do every day does affect me long term. Like, when I have these exams every day, if I don't study, if I don't make a decision to study, those exams get affected. And those exams affect me, as a nurse.
Correct.
Like, in a long term. So that's how I related to the video.
Every decision is going to affect you, right? So one of the things I shared with my students, actually, Tony Robbins was the speaker, for those who didn't know. His wife gave a great example of what you should do when you're in your bed and you're kind of like, I don't know. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up and just do whatever it needs to be done, right? Here's the case where we just got to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you didn't vote yet, like me, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tomorrow morning, we got to get it done, right? It's just that simple. And sometimes we make it difficult, right? Even with the easy decisions, like, what am I going to eat today? You know what? This is what I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to, call a friend to check up on them. It's so those little things we kind of take for granted. We just have to decide and get it done. Mr. G, what you got?
I've been sitting over here on the side of my chair. Like, listen, while I was watching that, I immediately started thinking 2016, the decisions. If you look at the numbers, one of the numbers that I've been looking at was amount of early voters from North Carolina, Florida, and I believe it was Georgia. Early voters in 2016 compared to early voters in 2020.
Right.
Don't quote me on the state, but one of the states had about 7,000 early voters at the time, compared to 244,000 decision makers. So when I thought about that decision, it started hitting me with, okay, what's on the ballot? Since I'm gonna use Miss Sint for an example, you're a female. As a female, you have certain rights. You have the ability, depending on, a Roe versus Wade. Because of that, you can make a decision for yourself. Mm-hmm. But in 2016, if you were eligible to vote and you decided not to vote, the decision that you made was, I'm going to allow someone else to make the decision if Roe versus Wade should still stand. Because in 2016, you had 2 presidential candidates. One, we knew what they said they were concerned about, and that was protecting Roe versus Wade and other various things. Then you had another person that has clearly showed in their actions, they don't care about Roe versus Wade. They don't care about too much of anything that affects us as people. As long as it affects them and their people, they're okay. So in 2016, millions of people decided we don't want to have a say. And now in 2020, they're realizing, hold up, I ain't had nothing to say. And because I didn't have anything to say, 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Supreme Court justices are now serving life terms that have the same thought process as the person that won because we decided not to make a decision. That is what was going on in my mind while watching that video.
And you're right. And you're right. And hopefully we learn from the lessons, right? And that's what leaders do. we decide, we make mistakes, we may fall down, but we get back up, but we learn from it. We learned from 2016. We're learning from 2020 because again, 2024 is right around the corner. So we got to make some decisions and we got to prepare ourselves for that. There's a hunger that's happening right now, right? All across the country. People are hungry to get out and vote. The numbers are crazy in terms of how many people. I mean, Maurice, Zoe Crazy went and voted early. You know what I mean? You guys, there's a hunger out there because of the information that's been presented to us. People falling out in the streets.
Before you leave that thought, before you leave that one, because this is Hill Chat and we live at 5 and we on the highest of 7 hills. Right. And you know, like everybody watching should know that when it comes to elections at FAMU, nobody does it like we do it. It's a grand show. Right. So when it comes to this decision, and we look at something as FAMU elections, right? But then we look at, as you mentioned, 2024 is coming up on a presidential election. But then before you get to 2024, you got 2020. Before you get to that, you're gonna have 2021 FAMU elections. So this decision, how can, I said all that to state it up, how can we take the energy that you get from FAMU elections and make that just a thing when you hear elections? Like, is it transferable energy or is it a lost cause?
And I was getting to that point. I love it, man. You like synergizing over here. I love it because what needs to happen is you have to make the decision every day. It's not a one thing, like Sensei, you know what? I woke up on Monday, I didn't really want to get up. Well, here's Tuesday. And what about Wednesday? And what about Thursday? It's a continuous process. We cannot just make the decision for 2020 because the midterm elections are going to be here. And then we have the presidential elections as well. And then we have our local elections and we have our, university elections. We have to continue to decide that we are going to be a part of the process. So, Sin, I want you to put this down. If you don't know how to play, you're going to get played. That's a Mr. Moist special. It's a old throwback.
So since you're talking about getting played, Mr. Moist, and you dropping jewels, right?
Right.
So you made a point earlier about fellas. You take a woman out on a date. Right. You ask her what she wants to eat. If any man knows 90% of the time, this is going to be her answer. You tell me.
Look at Cynthia's face.
Because Cynthia hit it with the and it better be a good place. So you made that decision on date 1, right?
Right.
And you decided to make a vote. You cast your vote. We're going to Longhorn. Longhorn was okay, but it wasn't hitting what you really wanted. Like you were in a what's the place with the fondue, Mr. Moist? They do the
melting pot.
Melting pot. So the second time, now you like, look, I kind of want some melting pot. You're just gonna throw it out there. So is that kind of an example of the decision making? Just because you made a decision for, let's say, one party in one election, or even on the same election, can I change course like next year, or while I'm going down the ballot? Do I have to stay one party, or next month can I pick up the phone because I voted and call and be like, hey, I didn't like this? Or even on FAMU side, hey, you're my freshman senator. I don't like that we can't do events, or what's up? Like, can you change? Or once you made your vote, is that it?
See, and that's the thing. We have to be a part of the process. And the voting is just the beginning stages of the process. This is just the first ground level. We have to consistently talk to the people that we voted for. We have to ensure that they're doing what they say they're going to do. It's just like going on that first date. Hey, did you like it? You're taking down information, right? So then the next time you go out, you can say, okay, I remember you said we should go here. Let's go there. You're adding more knowledge to your database so that you can make the best decision moving forward. That's the decision, right? I don't want to make it half-heartedly, like what you said. I can't just go in and just start circling stuff. I need to know what it's about. I got to do the research. And then once those ballots go in and everybody's, you know, happy or sad, depending on what happens, we still have to be vigilant, right? We still have to call. We still have to text. You know, I just can't go out on that date one time and then not call the person ever again and expect the relationship to grow. I have to be consistently a part of the process in order to get, again, if I don't know how to play the game, I'm going to get played. If I don't call her back after that first date, what happens?
It's over.
It's over. They call it ghosting now. They got all type of names, right?
Look, shout out to the governor of New York. I heard that he there was an article talking about he ghosted somebody. She was, I think it was like Chelsea Handler or something like that. And she wrote an article, was like, yo, he ghosted me.
Oh wow.
I wonder why.
I mean, so what we can't do is we can't be the ghost to the decision. Because like we just heard, we then still made a decision. So I don't go and vote. What happens? Well, now when I need assistance, I don't get it. Right? Now when I need help, I may not have it because the person I should have voted for or wanted to vote for, I thought about voting for, he didn't win. So those policies that I was hoping to get, those opportunities that I was looking to get, they're not there in place. So now things are against me instead of for me. So can I make a change as I go through? Yes. Again, this is where you're going to be strategic in your approach. I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to figure out, you know, who has the best policy for me. And it's kind of interesting. A lot of the young folks that I've talked to, we're going to look at the Dream Defenders piece right now. I want to drop that piece. Okay. You know, they are hungry. There's a hunger right now for change. That hunger for change is not just about Democrat or Republican. That hunger for change is really about changing into the positive. Regardless of who the person is, I want the person that's going to make a difference for me, my community, my family, my friends. That's what I'm seeing more than anything. It's a hunger for change. It's a hunger for a better way. So can we play the game better? Yes, we can. And I'm seeing more and more young people pushing for that. We want to be the change makers and we're hungry for it. So we're going to create it. We're going to create it. Man, you got to drop that Dream Defenders piece right now, because
I got
they
you.
wanted to change and they started it, right? They decided that we're not going to wait for somebody to tell us what we can and can't do. We're just going to go ahead and create our destiny. We're going to go ahead and be the voice to help people hear what we have to say. And we're going to educate as many people as possible on what the policies are, on who the people are, so that they can make the best decision for themselves and their families. And I know you're looking for that piece. I got to drop this knowledge. There's so many other organizations, right? NAACP, their youth branch, Divine Nine. I mean, all these organizations are pushing. Black Vote Matters. There's the Democratic Party, Young Democrats. There's so many people pushing to see this change happen. So, you know, it's really about the strategy, Mr. G. What you think? Maurice, what you think about that?
And vote. Get out and vote.
Oh, my bad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
National Early Voting Day all across Florida. And guess what?
I done hit a button, y'all. I don't even know where this is playing from. Hold on.
Listen, not only you hit a button, but that's what I think prompt people to do what they're doing today. Somebody hit a button. Hit a button. And that button did what it needed to do. Wake up people to say, hey, I got a decision to make, and I'm not going to wait to make the decision.
Hold on, y'all. This is so weird. Hold on. Y'all know how technology like to do. Only when I'm on FAMU campus, it do this. Oh, there it go. Okay. Okay, I gotta laugh at myself, y'all, because I dropped a video the other day, Mr. Morris. I'm sorry. I laughed just thinking about this, y'all. I dropped a video on my YouTube the other day, y'all. I mean, on my Instagram, where I was doing a video, just trying to let y'all know about the new event that's coming up this month, the 30-day challenge. And I was sitting on my bike, and literally the bike fell. While in the video, I done whooped and fell, picked the phone up, kept going again. But I released the video to show people, y'all, listen, it is okay. We're all human beings. We all gonna make mistakes. Look here, 2016, we made 2016, we all made some mistakes if we didn't vote. Any election you didn't vote, you made a mistake because you basically are saying, I'm playing spades, but I don't have no spades, so I just gotta follow suit what everybody else is doing. You don't want to be in the game. So I got it up now. I had to give y'all that one to understand that sometimes, especially when you're going live, things are not always going to work in your favor like you wanted to, but don't get rattled. It is okay. We still here. Now I just need to find the right button to come back in here. Boom, got that one big. Make it big. Hit the share screen button. Find the video that is on number 2. Share customized screen. Share computer sound. Now, y'all should see that, right?
Yes.
There it is. I'm going to hit that one. Now, let me give y'all a little bit of context so y'all understand what y'all getting ready to see. Y'all know Mr. G, I serve as coordinator fraternity and sorority life here on the highest of 7 Hills. And the Dream Defenders came to me and said, Mr. G, we got a strategy. So we strategized. Now we need you to get the Greeks to mobilize. And I was like, whoa, sound like y'all on some Killer Mike right now. So then they started executing. So what you're going to see is Defenders, fraternity and sorority life at FAMU, bunch of our leaders and everything, but they came together last Saturday and did a stroll to the polls. We had over 100 rattlers sign up and commit to vote and vote. So this is a wrap up of what they did.
And vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote.
Get out and vote.
Today is National Early Voting Day all across Florida. And guess what? The Dream Defenders are showing up and showing out to make sure that our communities feel safe, as well as to make sure that every ballot is going to be counted.
The message today is to get out and vote. Vote early, be an October voter, and don't wait in the long lines. We all know there's a pandemic, so do the responsible thing. Get the vote out and make sure that you vote.
It's important for us to go out and vote for, so many different reasons. When you think about the issues that are going to be on the ballot that affect us today, in the future, next year, next week, we have to have a voice and a say in who makes those decisions on our behalf.
It is incredibly important for young people to vote so that you can have people in office that you want to represent you.
November 3rd is a very important day, and you have to make sure you get out and vote. If we want to see the change that we want to see, we have to be the change.
Everybody in Tallahassee, vote. Everybody in Leon County, vote. Everybody in Quincy, Jefferson, Wakulla, Taylor County, all Florida, all Georgia, all America, we must get out and vote.
A voteless people is a hopeless people.
Listen, boys, I know y'all saw. Hold on, let me close that one down. Let me hit the stop sharing so we can get back in here. Listen, I know y'all saw the way they social distance. I know y'all saw the way they masked up. Listen, you got a decision to make. Yo, let me come look right in the kid. You have a decision to make. Tomorrow, you can cast your vote. The day after that, you have another decision to make. Young people, y'all need to show us adults and the leaders of your institutions that y'all know how to do the right thing. Y'all want to party? Y'all want to get back to what life used to be like? Listen, newsflash, is not going to get back to what we knew. We have an opportunity to create a better version of ourselves, a better version of our country and our campuses. So y'all saw what we did on the highest of 7 Hills. My challenge is to y'all. What decisions y'all gonna make?
That's at the end of the day, what is the decision? What's the decision that we're gonna make? But the crazy thing about watching that Dream Defenders clip, you could see where the energy was at. You could see where the power was at. They galvanized together and say, you know what? We're gonna share this voice. We have a voice. We're gonna show up and we're gonna show out. We can walk to the polls, drive to the polls, stroll to the polls. We're gonna do everything we need to do to get out here and make a difference. But Mr. G, you said it, and we said it over and over today. it's more than just November the 3rd.
Yes.
Right? It's the decisions that we make today for ourselves and our families that's going to make a change for us for a lifetime. What are your decisions? Are you going to decide to, I got another acronym for you guys, man. I saw this acronym on my social media feed and I said, I love it. Are we going to live in fear? Are we going to forget everything and rise? Are we going to fear everything and run? Which one is it going to be? See, even in that, we have to make a decision. We have to decide, how is this fear going to help us? Well, I don't know about this person. Should I vote for him or are you afraid? So are you going to rise to the occasion? Or are you going to run away from the situation, run away from the challenge, run away from actually making a choice? Like I said, you could taste it right now. Everybody's hungry. You know, between all of the things that's been happening in our country, people want to see it. And not just in our country, in the world. I know y'all saw what's happening in Africa. It's everybody wants a positive peace. So what do we have to do? It starts with us and the decisions we make. So
now, hold on. Before you go, hold on. I need those fear again. I need both of those one more time. So, and I need Cent. Hey, make certain, because I ain't got pen and paper. So can you please, I'm like, hold on. I'm looking at my, can you get those to us one more time, please?
So fear, are we going to forget everything and rise to the challenge? Forget what's happening and say, you know what, I'm gonna rise to the challenge. I'm not gonna be afraid of what's happening. I'm going to rise. Or are you going to forget everything and run? Are you gonna fear everything and run? What is it gonna be? What choice are you gonna make? So, okay, Mr. G, you voted early. Cent, you voted early. DJ's Old Crazy voted by mail. I will be voting tomorrow. The last day to vote. The last chance to get to cast your voice. I literally have my whole day open.
Okay.
For tomorrow.
I was going to ask you about that because everyone has been talking about making a plan. So for those, there's millions of people like yourself. So I don't want anybody that's watching this and think that we're chastising those that are day of voting. That is not what we're saying.
Correct.
But we had a plan. My plan, I knew I was doing an event with my Greeks. I have to lead by example. I'm that type of leader. So I can't show up to an event telling people to vote and I didn't do it myself. That's my thinking. I could have voted with them, yes, but knowing when you're the worker, so many things could go wrong. So I decided to vote early. That was my plan. So Mr. Moise, I know you said you have the whole day, but for the millions of people around the country that are going to be voting tomorrow and the hundreds of thousands that are going to be watching this podcast tonight and live, what is the plan? Can you give some examples of the plan that they can do for tomorrow?
Simple plan. So you got to remember these P's. And I learned these P's at the highest of 7 hills. I love family. I love my school. Proper planning prevents poor performance. There's some other P's in there, but we're going to keep it PG tonight, right? Proper plan prevents poor performance. We have to plan properly. So one of the things you want to do is get your early ballot, right? I have mine already. I use it for the midterms. I use it for the primaries. I'm literally going to take a picture of all 3 and send it on my social media. You have to have your ticket when you walk in so that you're not holding up the line, right? And trying to read all this information. You want to know exactly what you're going to go in and vote for when you're in the booth. That's the proper planning. If you don't plan properly, you will perform poorly, which means now you're in the booth, you're taking a lot of time, you don't understand the verbiage, you don't have time to call a friend, right? You're trying to figure it out, and it holds everybody up in line. Now, luckily, my precinct has been very for the last couple of years, right? It's been in and out, and I that's why I'm not too worried about it. But there are a lot of other precincts that don't have that luxury, right? So it's important that voters go in with the proper knowledge. So before you go out tomorrow, do a little homework tonight. Make the decision to say, okay, I'm gonna research all of this information. I'm gonna call a friend, I'm gonna talk to somebody. You may not know all of the issues, right? You may not know, all of the amendments and all of the things that's on the ballot, but you can ask somebody that you trust, that you revere, who can say, hey, I'm gonna point you in the right direction because I'm not just looking out for me, I'm looking out for we.
Yes.
Take that M out, put a W, right? Because we're trying to get the win. So we need to win. So talk to that person that you trust, that you believe in what they have to say, and say, okay, I'm gonna hear and take your advice, but I'm gonna still make my own decisions, right? Because again, it's your decision. And then go in and vote, because like you said, it should take no more than 7 to 10 minutes, right? Cent, you said the same thing. It took no time because you did those P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. That's how we break the line down.
Okay, now, Mr. Moisel, I do want two points came to mind. The one, and they're not related, but for example, you say there's a lot of amendments. We said there's a lot of amendments and things that, listen, it may work to you, but to someone else, they don't. So those guides are just guides. And for example, the Homestead Exemption Act.
Yes.
A lot of people, you got to think about where you are in life. If you don't own a home and you look at it, you're going to be like, this makes no sense.
Right.
But you could be a homeowner. I'm a proud new homeowner, y'all. And be like, you know what? This actually, it helps me. Right. So it depends on where you are in life. Don't get upset with somebody for making a vote, an educated vote.
Right.
Okay. Like I know what I decided on, and I made it based off of being an educated voter, understanding what it means to individuals.
Well, now, the other thing is too, Mr. G, we're not just voting for ourselves, right?
Right.
And that's the thing that people kind of forget. Well, I'm voting. No, I'm not just voting for myself. I'm voting for my family. I'm voting for my community. We don't do this by ourselves. We don't build roads by ourselves. We don't, help our schools by ourselves. It takes a collective approach to make it happen. So I can't think of this as just me, but how does this affect my neighbor? How does this affect my brother, my sister, my friends? I also look at it from that perspective before I even say, oh, let me do this. Again, proper planning prevents poor performance.
Listen, y'all, and this is just so natural, y'all. We're just having regular conversation right now. This is not a, oh, I'm going to say this and he's going to piggyback off that. Like, we want y'all to understand that these are natural conversations that we can start having. So it's a great point with that one. Thank you for piggybacking off of that. And the second part of my question with that one is, we're in Florida, and I'm just going to keep it 100. I have a very long memory, okay? And I know what Florida has done in the past. And I had a conversation this weekend, and a couple students said, Mr. G, what do we do if Florida pulls a Florida? And we know that across the country, polling sites the day of election have closed, like at an alarming number. So what are the things that we can do, particularly, we're all in Leon County. So what can we do particularly in Leon County if we go to our precinct and there's either roadblocks or they say they're closed or something of that? Can you speak on that for a moment of what would you recommend we do?
Number one, you call your supervisor of elections and let them know what's happening. You don't only can vote at your precinct, you can also vote at the supervisor of elections office. The other thing I would say is go early. Don't wait till the last second, of the last minute of the last hour. Go in early, knock it out. Then you can sit back and do what I do, watch all of the news and see how things are happening throughout the country. But the one thing we can't do is we can't be afraid, right? We can't be afraid of what happened in the past in Florida. We got to be thinking about what's going to happen for Florida in the future, right? How is Florida going to be the front runner for the future, sharing insights on how we've made this, process better, not just for Florida, but better for the nation. So, my young voters, I'm hoping you guys are learning and getting all of the information. Look, what happened in that election changed how we vote today, right? Because I remember my first vote, I had to punch that ticket.
Yeah,
more punching. Now you got to circle that in. Again, we learn from the lessons and we grow from it. So I'm hoping that, we learn and we get better. We should be using technology now.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start thinking about the future. As I stated, this process is going to help us to be better, regardless of the outcome. And that's what we should be looking at. Okay, here's the decision. I made my decision. Now I have to move forward because I have so many more decisions to make for myself, my family, and my community. That's what I'm looking forward to. Not really Tuesday, but Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. I like it. I love that. And I've been debating. I know we talked about it offline before we came on and hit play and record. And I told you I wanted to have a conversation about something that I read. But listening to you, I've been going back and forth. Y'all know that I'm big on this power of the tongue. But you keep mentioning this fear. And it's not the normal fear, right? So you also mentioned that we can't, not to forget about the past, but not to let it cripple us. Correct. So the article that I read, and I think this is perfect timing because we're getting ready to wrap up and we could talk about it offline, and hopefully the conversation continues countrywide, not worldwide. But the article in short said, don't think that if the current president does not come out successful, that he's going to gracefully bow down and go away.
Right.
They said that he has a house right down the street from the White House. Don't think that he won't set up a mock Oval Office and hold meetings because he needs the attention. And now you have the old president doing interviews looking like the current president right down the street from the current president, if it goes differently, right? So I started thinking about that and I'm like, yo, I got a little nervous and scared. Like, this can literally have a president for one people and president for the other people. So the conversation I want us to have offline, and for us, we can continue after the show is over with, is how do we overcome that fear? But thanks to you, Mr. Moise, that's why I said I didn't know if I wanted to have that conversation, but you helped lay it out now that, listen, are we gonna rise up or we gonna run because what we gonna do? I already know what my Rattlers gonna do worldwide. I already know. Look, let's make these lines super long tomorrow. Make certain y'all masked up. Make certain you social distancing. Put your gloves on if you need to. Have hand sanitizer if you need to. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. Your vote counts, because without your vote, you have no voice. That's the last I'm gonna say. I'm gonna turn it back to Mr. Moise, because I already know who he about to give it to.
Man, listen, a voteless people is a hopeless people, right? And I love my frat for saying that. A voteless people is a hopeless people. So we cannot regret tomorrow. We got to make a decision today. And on that, I want to make a decision to have DJ Zo Crazy pump it up and get us ready to get out of here and make a difference. Man, Sent, I love the messages. This thing is you let it loose. I love it. Love it.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? You like that? You like that? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold. Nightmares.
I mean, we on the way out, so I feel like why not? Why not?
If you want it, you gotta see it.
It could be a dream or it could be a nightmare. Let's have some fun on the way out.
Like I said, I do. Like a please for them trick squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated. When I departed, I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. A foreign menage. Sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album.
I need this in the car, like when you pull up to the election office, to the polling place. Put this on your playlist.
I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease.
It's a championship song right now.
Rest in peace.
We all in for this one. We all in.
Peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Gangsters moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these, I'm like Papa on his spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can of mean casting grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new chill ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hand on my toes. Cause these want me dead, and I gotta make it better. Cause my mom need me.
All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Show it what you want, show it what you need. My niggas run the game, we ain't never leave. Counting up this money, we ain't never sleep. You got V12, I got 12 V12.
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole
Make sure you get your vote in.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
It's real important. Real important. A whole lot of people worked hard for you to vote. We hear it. It's like less than 24 hours away now.
Yeah, I done kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama's house, we'd argue every month. I was trying to get it on my own. Working all night, traffic on the way home, and my uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys, so you bring it right back. I just need to play how it goes. Now I'm on the road, have $1 million for a show.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know.
Yeah, a fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees. What if you brung you?
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game. That's who I made my wife. Said I die alone. I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my foul yourself. Spot rag, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself.
DJ Joe Crazy.
A lot to be smiling for. So what the f you be wildin' for? Come on, I get my grin on. I'm smiling, bitch, cause I always get my win on. I've been on so many different stages, graced the cover of 100 magazine pages, made people smile everywhere that I went. I even put it on the first black president. It's evident I'm hot as a crock pot, with a big ass smile like Mr. Hot Spot. You got a lot to be smiling for. So what the f you be wildin' for? If you're breathing, you achieving. We having fun this evening, believe it.
Imagine smoking weed in the street without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising. Nowhere
I might just leave it on that note. I feel like you got a chance to change the world. You got a chance to change the world.
Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all.
Imagine that.
Without a state without the garbage. We don't have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing, fashion, designer clothes.
Just do your part. Change the world for me, please.
People rolling dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time. Watch the
talk to me like. Imagine that. You just gotta do your part. Do your part.
Could it be if you could be mine, we both shine? If I rule the world, still living for today in these last days.
Hold on, Zo Crazy. Before you go, listen, you've been doing your thing every week that we jump in. You start the show right. You finish the show right. Listen, how can the people find you? How can the people listen? Our DJ is available for booking, you know, but it's just a little bit, you know what I mean? But y'all already hear it, y'all see it, he's educated. Listen, DJ Zo Crazy, how can the people find you if they want you?
Listen, at DJ Zo Crazy on everything, DJZoCrazy.com, DJ Zo Crazy at Gmail, all of the DJ Zo Crazy handles. Each and every Friday, 5 o'clock, you can find me streaming live everywhere, all over the world. But if you're in Tallahassee, you could hear me locally on 90.5, the Flavor Station. But I'm streaming all over the world. People tuned in from everywhere. So definitely get connected with me. And thank you guys. Most importantly, thank you guys. You see, you know, when you're surrounded by greatness, that's what you bring to the table. So thank you, team. Most importantly, but yeah, that's where you can find me. I mean, I'm in the station right now working on an election special in between doing all of this. So always working, all the good stuff. But thank you guys.
Man, no problem. I will be I couldn't sleep tonight if I ain't let the people know how they can find Zo Crazy. Y'all saw me. Look, I literally was running around the room and came in when I heard the beat build up. But thank you again, Zo Crazy, for doing what you do. Thank you, Mr. Moist, again. Listen, fam, you called me and they said, listen, what about that Hill Chat Live at 5 podcast? I said, say less. That's how y'all say it, Sid. I was like, say less. I'm going to make the call. We going to make it happen. Mr. Moist, you got a bunch of stuff going on too. You know, so it's going to be a while. It may be a while. Listen, they might just want Hill Chat to come back again next week. And y'all know we stay ready. But Mr. Moist, what else you got cooking? How can they get the W Initiative experience?
Man, check out all of my YouTube, my YouTube channel I'm building up. Actually, check out my Instagram handle, thewinitiative.com is my website. Everything is the W Initiative. So check that out. I'm getting ready to host a symposium very soon, getting ready for 2021. Right now, we're building the vision, right? But 2021, we're putting it into action, right? Today, we're thinking about who to vote for. Tomorrow, we're putting it into action. So I'm getting ready for that symposium, starting the first of the year. It's about to be a lot on the plate, but we got to make a difference. So check me out. Again, all of the handles, I'm pretty much on everything, but the quickest way is just to send me an email at thewinitiative.com and we'll be good to go from there.
Man, there it is. We appreciate you. Listen, shameless plug. Y'all already know if you're trying to learn about life, and life is a game, it's a game board called chess. Listen, Chess for Life is an experience that you've never experienced before. So make sure y'all get with Mr. Moist if y'all have even a remote idea that you want to learn how to play chess or enhance your chess game. Listen, I got a couple frat brothers that kick my butt in chess all the time. Listen, I guarantee you can boss up. But last but not least, you know, we gotta save our women for last, our young queens. We gotta protect them. Now listen here, let me get real close. Any fellas that think y'all gonna slide in Miss Cent DM to try to listen, it's business only around here, okay? I'm big. This is big. I'm involved. You got big cuz and DJ Zo Crazy. So don't play with us. All right. But I am gonna let Miss Cent, listen, if you got any handles or anything major with your orgs or anything going on, speak to the people. Let them know what you got going.
Oh, I don't have much going on. You can just follow me on Instagram at itscynthia3.
It's Cynthia 3. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I'm on the page too, so y'all better watch it. Watch them comments. Don't make me jump up in there and come find you, okay? We're gonna pull this like Bad Boys 2. What was it, Bad Boys 2? Yeah, Mike Lowry in this thing. But y'all, all jokes aside, though, Miss Cent is an amazing young lady, member of Kappa Psi Psi. She's on the executive board for Council of Independent Organizations. And listen, if I can get her, you know, I'm trying to get her to be vice president, y'all, next time round. So y'all let her know. Cast that vote when y'all see Miss Cent trying to run the next for y'all. But this is your boy, Mr. G. Y'all already know how y'all can find me, All In 24/7. Leave out the I, ALLN 247. That's on all things worldwide. Until next time, we had a great time with Hill Chat Live at 5. We went overtime. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for not kicking us out just yet. But listen, go vote tomorrow. Go vote the day after that. Any other election, let's make it a cool thing. Vote, vote, vote. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Till next time. Peace. Yes. Meeting recording.